Volume 2, Hadith 68, is in Chapter 3 of Book 12 before you. Narrated Anas bin Malik, Allah's Apostle, peace be upon him, offered the Fajr, dawn, prayer, when it was still dark, and then he rode and said, Allahu Akbar, God is greater than. Khaybar is ruined. When we approached near to a nation, the most unfortunate is the mourning of those who have been warned, the people who came out into the street saying, Muhammad and his army, Allah's apostle, vanquished them by force, and the warriors were killed. The children and women were taken as captives. Safiya was taken by Dihya al-Kalbi, and later she belonged to Allah's apostle, who married her, and her mahr was her manumission. So she had already been long enough without her husband to consummate a new marriage by the time that happened, and this was by her consent, and she, was already dissatisfied with her husband and stuff before that. And one of the things that people misunderstand about this incident is, just like Kundak, it had nothing to do with them being Jews. It had to do with them setting up the wars. Just like most of what they're reporting on the news, they're not reporting as the whole story. First of all, Jews and Semites aren't the same thing. People are finding arms dealers. People are finding groups that are promoting the genocide of the Semitic people. And that's what they're going after. It's not really a criticism of Jews. Now, there are people like that amongst that, but, and in this case, too, the people came out to fight. Just like if you've ever heard of a kibbutz. A kibbutz requires threats and torture and killing and raping and all that sort of stuff, and which is legal in Israeli law if you have a non-Jewish group. And so if there's no Jews there, they can do whatever they want to establish a kibbutz. So the adults in a kibbutz aren't, they're not non-combatants, or at least they know what took place in order for their kibbutz to be established. And I've talked to a rabbi. I didn't get him to appear on this channel, but I was trying to get him to appear as an interview guest. But he was trying to convert me, and that was, basically, since I didn't convert, then